Hey, Raiders Nation. Today is one of those mornings where you just can't stay in bed. And honestly, who wants to go to work or school when there's news this big? If you're a true fan of the silver and black, you know exactly what I mean. I'm fired up, and I promise you, after hearing this, you will be too. The Las Vegas Raiders have officially secured a top 2 pick in the upcoming NFL draft, and that is monumental. The reason this became a reality is a late Monday night football thriller that left everyone on the edge of their seats. The Atlanta Falcons pulled off a stunning comeback against the Los Angeles Rams, turning what looked like a blowout into an absolutely unforgettable game. The Rams had a massive lead, 24-3, and it honestly looked like the game was over, but then in the blink of an eye, everything shifted. A blocked field goal by Jared Verse, scooped up and taken the distance. Moments like that changed the course of not just a single game, but in this case, the trajectory of the NFL draft for the Raiders. When I saw the Falcons win, I realized immediately how this impacted the Raiders' position. For those who follow the intricacies of draft order, this was the key puzzle piece. The New York Jets were in contention to leapfrog the Raiders if certain conditions aligned, but the Falcons made it mathematically impossible for the Jets to take the top overall pick. That means the Raiders now have their top 2 pick locked in, no matter what happens in the remaining games. It's early in the morning, and even before I had my coffee, I ran straight to share this news because it's the kind of update that makes being a Raiders fan feel electric. The energy around this team is palpable, and knowing that the silver and black control their destiny in the draft is a huge morale boost for every fan who bleeds silver and black. Let's break down why this top 2 pick is so critical and why it has fans buzzing. The NFL draft operates on a very specific system when it comes to tiebreakers. Strength of schedule plays a major role, more than head-to-head matchups in certain cases. That's why, despite the Raiders having similar records to other teams, the tiebreaker works in our favor. With the Falcons' victory over the Rams, the Jets' strength of schedule jumped slightly, pushing them past the point where they could surpass Las Vegas. This is a massive relief for Raiders fans because it guarantees that, regardless of the outcomes of the final week, the silver and black are assured at least the 2nd pick and potentially the number 1 pick, depending on how things shake out. This puts the organization in a prime position to land a game-changing talent that could impact the team for years to come. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What if the Raiders beat the Kansas City Chiefs? That's where things get really interesting. Even with a win over the Chiefs, there's still a path to maintaining that number 1 overall pick. It's a rare scenario in the NFL where you can root for your team to win while simultaneously considering the draft implications, and it's a testament to the complexity and excitement of football at this level. The Chiefs game is going to be a battle no matter what. Travis Kelce is playing, and most of the key starters are expected to suit up. But for Raiders fans, it's almost like a dream scenario. Watching your team compete against one of the league's best while knowing that your top draft position is secured, no matter the outcome. It's the perfect mix of high stakes and strategic advantage, and it makes every minute of this football season feel like it counts tenfold. Beyond just the draft implications, this top 2 pick represents hope and momentum for the franchise. The Raiders have faced challenges over the past seasons, and securing a prime position in the draft offers an opportunity to reset, strengthen, and build for sustained success. It's not just about getting a top prospect. It's about sending a message that the organization is serious about competing at the highest level and that the silver and black are ready to rise. Every fan, from those cheering in Allegiant Stadium to those watching at home, now has a tangible reason to feel excited and optimistic. The potential to add a generational talent to this roster changes the narrative around the team and energizes the fan base in ways that are difficult to put into words. What makes this news even more compelling is the way it unfolded. The Falcons' comeback wasn't just dramatic, it was the kind of game that gets talked about for years. A near-impossible rally, key plays at critical moments, and the ultimate impact on the Raiders' draft stock. It's the kind of alignment that fans dream about. And for those of us following the numbers, the standings, and the tiebreakers, it's a masterclass in how interconnected NFL results are. Every game counts, every score matters, and the ripples of one match can determine the fate of another team entirely. Raiders Nation can now enjoy the feeling of security knowing that the top 2 pick is locked in, while still dreaming about the number 1 overall selection, which could be a franchise-defining moment. The excitement doesn't stop there. With the Raiders in such a favorable draft position, the front office has incredible leverage. Whether they choose to select a quarterback, a pass rusher, or another cornerstone talent, the options are expansive and full of potential. This top 2 pick gives the team flexibility and control, something that is invaluable in building a championship-caliber roster. Fans should be thrilled not just for the immediate impact, but for the strategic advantage this provides moving forward. Knowing that the silver and black will have such a pivotal opportunity in the draft offers a sense of anticipation and optimism that is rare in football. It's the kind of news that wakes you up in the morning and makes the day feel electric, and right now, Raiders Nation is buzzing with that exact energy. Even as we look ahead to the final games of the season, this draft positioning changes the way fans approach every remaining matchup. While some games may feel less critical in terms of wins and losses, they now carry a layered significance. Every play, every snap, every point scored has context in the larger picture of team building, draft strategy, and long-term success. It's a reminder that football is as much about strategy and foresight as it is about athleticism and competition. The Raiders, with this locked top 2 pick, now have the tools to shape their future in a way that fans can rally behind with confidence and enthusiasm. So, as we sit here this morning, digesting the results from Monday Night Football and seeing how it has reshaped the NFL landscape, there's a clear takeaway. The Las Vegas Raiders are in a position of strength. The Falcons' victory over the Rams was the catalyst. The numbers and tiebreakers confirm it, and the fans can finally breathe a little easier knowing that the top 2 pick is theirs. This is the kind of moment that defines a season, not because of a single win or loss, but because of the opportunity it creates for the future. It's an exciting, electric, and energizing time to be a Raiders fan, and the energy is contagious. As we move deeper into this final stretch of the season, the excitement for Raiders Nation is only intensifying. Securing a top 2 pick has changed the conversation entirely, and now every moment leading up to the draft carries even more weight. Fans are starting to imagine the possibilities, from the potential franchise-changing players to the strategy the front office can employ. The fact that the Raiders still control their destiny, even with the remaining games, is a major morale boost, and it makes the final matchups feel like a preview of both immediate action and future planning. Every pass, every defensive stop, every special teams play is now layered with the knowledge that this team's path forward is within their own control. It's an electrifying position to be in, and the buzz in the fan base is palpable. Looking specifically at the upcoming game against the Kansas City Chiefs, it's going to be a clash that commands attention on multiple levels. Travis Kelce is expected to play, and the Chiefs will be bringing their key starters, making this a true test for Las Vegas. But here's the twist that has every fan on edge. Even if the Raiders emerge victorious, there's still a chance to maintain the number 1 overall pick, depending on the outcomes elsewhere. It's rare in the NFL to have such a scenario where you can root for your team to win and simultaneously consider the strategic advantages of draft positioning. But this is precisely the kind of situation Raiders fans now find themselves in. The stakes feel high, the tension is real, and the reward is monumental. Every time the silver and black take the field, the knowledge that a top prospect could soon be joining this roster adds a layer of anticipation that is almost impossible to replicate. Strength of schedule has become a hot topic among fans and analysts alike, and it's worth breaking down why it matters so much in this context. In the NFL draft, when teams finish with similar records, tiebreakers come into play, and strength of schedule is the primary one. That means the Raiders, with their record and schedule metrics, are positioned advantageously. Even if other teams finish with comparable wins, the Raiders' placement ensures they will not fall below the top 2. It's a remarkable situation that demonstrates the importance of every game across the league. Monday night's Falcons-Rams game wasn't just exciting. It reshaped the entire landscape for Las Vegas and gave the franchise a level of certainty that fans crave. This top 2 pick also opens up conversations about potential targets in the draft. Raiders Nation has been speculating for months about which position would make the most sense, from elite pass rushers to dynamic quarterbacks who can immediately alter the trajectory of the franchise. With this pick secured, the Raiders front office has flexibility, and flexibility in the draft is a form of power. They can choose the player that best aligns with the team's long-term vision, negotiate trade options if desired, or even leverage this selection to build depth across multiple positions. For fans, it's a moment of empowerment, knowing that the silver and black have the tools to shape their future and address key needs in a meaningful way. Every analyst, every scout, and every fan is now watching closely to see how this pick will define the team's next era. The Chiefs game, of course, carries its own set of narratives. Beyond the draft implications, it's a rivalry matchup filled with history and high-level competition. The Chiefs are a formidable opponent, and facing them with the potential to secure a victory while still holding top draft leverage makes this a high-stakes showdown. Fans are already imagining big plays, key defensive stops, and game-changing moments that could set the tone for the offseason. It's not just about wins and losses at this point. It's about momentum, confidence, and setting the stage for the team's future. For those watching, every play has significance, and the energy in the stadium, as well as among viewers at home, will be electric. The strategic possibilities don't stop there. Even if the Raiders lose to the Chiefs, the number 1 overall pick is still within reach under certain conditions. This dual potential, winning the game while keeping draft control, is unique and highlights the careful balance of competition and planning that defines the NFL. Fans can celebrate the immediate performance on the field while simultaneously analyzing how outcomes elsewhere in the league affect the bigger picture. It's a rare convergence of excitement and strategy, and Raiders Nation is witnessing it firsthand. The combination of draft security and the opportunity to compete against a top-tier team like Kansas City creates a scenario that feels almost tailor-made for maximum fan engagement. Beyond just the numbers and the standings, there's a sense of pride and momentum building within the franchise. Securing this top 2 pick is not merely about positioning. It's about signaling to the league that the Raiders are serious about building a championship-caliber team. The past seasons have presented challenges, but this moment offers hope, optimism, and tangible opportunity. Fans can finally see the potential for transformation, a chance to acquire talent that could make an immediate impact while setting the stage for long-term success. It's a reminder that every season, every game, and every play contributes to a larger narrative, and this narrative is now leaning heavily in favor of the silver and black. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, Raiders head coach Pete Carroll has reportedly taken a hard line against discipline issues within his squad. Sources close to the team suggest that a starting player has been sidelined indefinitely, sparking speculation about internal tensions and the coach's uncompromising approach. Known for his fiery leadership and meticulous attention to team culture, Carroll's decision seems to reflect his zero-tolerance stance toward any behavior that might disrupt the locker room dynamic. Insiders hint that the sidelined player, whose identity remains under wraps, has been a key contributor on the field, making the decision all the more shocking. Rumors swirl about a heated confrontation during practice sessions, with some claiming that Carroll was pushed to the edge after repeated infractions. While Carroll has a history of demanding excellence and holding his players accountable, this incident appears to elevate the stakes, sending a clear message that talent alone will not shield anyone from consequences. Fans and analysts are now debating the potential ripple effects on the Raiders' performance. Some suggest that removing a starter could ignite other players, fostering a culture of accountability that strengthens the team in the long run. Others warned that sidelining a prominent figure might disrupt chemistry, creating uncertainty on both offense and defense. In locker rooms across the league, whispers are growing about Carroll's legendary intensity, with comparisons being made to other coaches who have famously prioritized discipline over star power. Social media has erupted with speculation as followers dissect every cryptic comment from team officials and Carroll himself. Sports talk shows are buzzing with theories. Was this a response to repeated lateness, poor practice habits, or something more serious behind the scenes? The lack of official comment only fuels the narrative, keeping fans on edge. Regardless of the reasons, one thing seems certain. Pete Carroll is making it unmistakably clear that his vision for the Raiders leaves no room for indiscipline. In a league where coaching decisions are constantly scrutinized, this move might define Carroll's tenure and set a precedent for how he expects his squad to operate. For now, the NFL world watches, wondering who will step up, who will be affected next, and how the Raiders will navigate this dramatic twist in their season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.